This is the troy-bilt that the guy dropped off yesterday, that from yesterday's video, and I'm getting ready to take this belt off, and I'm doing this for y'all as much as for myself, because even though it has the belt diagram on the cutting deck, I want to do a video of it so I'll know exactly how it goes, just to for myself. It's always good to have 2 or 3 different views of it. So there we go. He brought it, bless his heart, in the previous video. I heard him coming, and that's how he always brings it to me, and I knew it had to be him. And so he's just driving down the highway, or the little county road up in front of my house, on his mower, and then switched over and got into the the lane to turn in, and dropped this off. And he lives about a mile, so nothing terrible. So he drove it down here. We're going to do the cutting blade belt, and then he said, heck, while he was here, just go ahead and tune it up and make it all look good for the season. So that's usually how they end up coming in. So just if somebody comes in like this to drop it off, I try to get it back to them next 2 days. You know, if I can go to town and do it, I will. And just to change a cutting belt like this, y'all know how easy this is. I mean, there's nothing to it. I usually just charge them like 20 bucks. Take the belt off, take it with me, and then get oil and a plug and an air cleaner if it needs air cleaner, and then throw it back in there. But about to get this belt off so I can carry it with me, and then tomorrow we'll go over how to put the cutting belt on a Bronco. And those are going to be taken off, I think, with a 1/2 inch. There's going to be 2 bolts on the passenger side, and well, passenger side. On there's going to be 2 bolts on the non-discharge side, and then there's going to be 3 bolts on the discharge side. You're going to take those off. Like I said, those are 1/2 inch, and just take those off. And it's not hard. You just follow your belt. On most of these newer ones, you'll have the diagram how it goes, or you can pull it up off the internet and get some books. This pulley right here, this retainer, you're going to have to loosen it. It's a 9/16. It's got a nut on the back and the bolt head on the top. So put a wrench on each one, loosen it up. You don't have to take it off, just loosen it to where it'll tilt, and then you can pull it off, and that's that. And then this is another one. This is another one, and pretty much take it all the way off. There's a retainer here, if you can see it. Hang on, let me readjust us there, that you can see. Take that guy out, you'll be able to slide that belt off of it. And then all that's holding this belt on is the retainers at the front, and we're going to feel up in here for the bolt, and the bolt is actually right there, and I'm willing to bet you it's pretty well lubricated from all this oil. So I'm going to pop that guy off, have this belt off in just a minute. I want to show you this trick. This is the bee's knees right here. You take this bolt out that I showed you, we talked about. It's going to be 1/2 inch. Take it out, and don't start pulling or twisting. Just going to take this retainer, this belt guide, or the retainer here, and you're going to push it forward. You see, your belt just fell out. So that's all you do. Now I'm going to leave that guy like that, leave all my hardware, my bolts and everything. Of course, I'm going to push this guy up inside the shop here and lock it up. We'll get the belt on, get it squared up. We'll finish this up tomorrow. We're back. More time. It is the next day, which is kind of creepy for me to say that, but it is the next day. I went and bought the belt. The belt was $32, believe it or not. Kind of pricey. And I'll show you the container in just a second. It's another Oregon brand. It's an OEM belt, and it fits pretty good. I put it back on. I started here, pushed that forward, slid it through, Went around to that side, put it on, brought it in over here, lifted this up, remember, because we left this one loose, put it in and crossed it, and then pulled it down in that tensioner and made sure to put that tab on. And like I said, most of them, if they haven't come off, there's how it goes. And I was talking to Puppet Kicker yesterday. You can go to partstree.com, enter the mower model number, and it'll give you the schematic, and you pull down chassis, drivetrain, whatever you need if you ever get in a bind as far as a wiring harness or belts. More to go. We're going back on with this back tensioner here, and it's a 9/16, so 9/16 wrench and a socket, and go ahead and tighten it up good. That one is in place. Make sure your belt is in, or you're going to have to loosen it all up and put it back on. Now, watch your brakes here. So, now we're going to tighten up this guy. We'll put the covers on it, and then we'll be done with that. Back. That side, you can see the guard is on. That guy's snugged up. That is another 9/16 nut and bolt. This is the last one. The belt covers, or I guess you could call them shrouds, something like that, are 1/2 inch. These are going to be 1/2 inch bolts. So we're going to get them in as soon as I can figure out where it goes. This is the last one. We'll be through with it, and then we're going to crank it up and check it. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back. I did want to show you this before I forget. We're going to put this guy back on, bolt him up, and that's the last piece, and that is another one that is also 1/2 inch, and you're going to need an extension for that. And it is, I can't see it, but you might. It's right there. More to come. That's all finished. I want to show you, I always check the oil. If I have to leave it and come back to it the next day, I'm paranoid about that. I mean, do that even in my regular vehicles and my work vehicles. I do that, and they all laugh at me because I'm the guy that does walk around it when I get ready to go somewhere in the mornings to make sure everything's okay. We're going to crank this guy up. Now, I want you to listen to this motor. I know what it is. Most of y'all will know what it is as soon as I crank this dude up. I've already talked to him about it, but he said, and rightly so, because it's an old mower and an old motor, he said, let it run. Take a listen. How about that knock? It's been doing that for 3 years. No joke. Guys, now we're just about finished. I've got the oil changed, and I've just about filled it back up. Changed the filter, put a little oil in the filter, and now I'm going to give it a good glug of Lucas. That's it. And if I had to say, that was probably about an ounce, a little bit less, and that's just an oil extender. I'll talk about it. You know, I'm pretty repetitive on this. Heavy duty oil stabilizer, good in everything. And that is that. Hey guys, now we have it filled up with oil. Everything is finished. I'm going to crank this guy up. And when I crank it up, I want you to listen to that crankshaft that's been knocking for 3 years, he told me about. what was it? When he brought it to me last year because the cutting deck had something was messed up on the cutting deck. I think I replaced a spindle. Replaced a spindle, it's no problem. And he said, I said, wow, it's got kind of a rattle in there. He said, yeah. He said, been doing that for 3 years now. And I said, wow. I said, you gonna do anything with it? He said, nah, I'm just gonna let it run. I said, okay. And I never, thought anything else about it. And this year, he brought it down yesterday. And this is, I actually had time to dig around on it and look at it. And that thing cranked. And I had the top off, and I just kind of like to look at them when they crank. And that whole thing torqued to the side. And I thought, motors ain't supposed to torque to the side, because I'm a smart feller. And 2 of the bolts were loose. So, regardless of whatever they tell you, when they leave, go behind them and kind of look. Now, I'm not even going to tell him. I'm going to see if he notices. But that's it. I'm through for the day, guys. Y'all gonna make some mayhem.